our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Welcome back. This is your News 1130 headlines with BCIT News. I'm Bahar Garian. A safety community series to help citizens stay informed on safe precautions surrounding crime and other dangerous activities in Burnaby will be taking place today. As our reporter Caleb Templeton explains, the event will be covering fire safety precautions.
Tonight, the city of Burnaby is hosting a safety community series at 6 p.m. on Zoom to discuss fire prevention that could help save lives. The meeting will cover the topic of lithium-ion batteries, which is the leading cause of house fires. The Burnaby Fire Department has seen a rise in fires from 2021 to 2024. One stat shows that there was 277 building fires in 2024. The Burnaby Fire Department will release their 2025 statistics at the end of the year. The meeting will also be covering more innovative ways to keep your family safe in a fire emergency. The city of Burnaby will also host other safety events, such as online safety among youth in November. Caleb Templeton, BCIT News.
More public service workers in BC are staying off the job as the union adds pressure to get a new contract. The BC General Employees Union says it has 2,600 workers taking part in strike action. Approximately 18 additional provincial liquor and cannabis retail stores and about 30 BC offices for land use permits and natural resources have been added to the picket list. The current fiscal constraint in BC is at a record $11.6 billion, leaving the government struggling to find a deal with businesses. Public service workers are demanding higher wages in lieu of the higher cost of living in the province. Hollywood North is once again holding their International Film Festival. Companies are supporting the local film industry. Our reporter Clara Lonto has more on the story.
The Vancouver International Film Festival is celebrating their 44th year. This year, a new partnership is made with Ballyplot, a community-driven platform for film fans. However, there are many uncertainties in the film industry. Due to the U.S. tariff threats made by President Donald Trump on foreign-made films, support for the local industry is needed more than ever. Clara Lonto, BCIT News.
The Ministry of Post-Secondary Education and Future Skills has introduced a new legislation and action plan. Our reporter Clara Lonto has more on the new policy.
The Sexual Violence Policy Act was proposed as a way to strengthen the current bill. The act focuses more on the dangers of social media. Minister of Post-Secondary Education and Future Skills, Jessie Sunner, explains why this bill is implemented.
This plan builds on work that is already underway to address gender-based violence through safe and supported gender-based violence action. When survivors are supported, communities become stronger, more inclusive, and more resilient.
Minister Sunner added that this act will build a safe, respectful, and inclusive environment. Sunner wanted every student, staff, and community member to feel supported, empowered, and safe. Clara Lonto, BCIT News.
In Toronto, Marineland has threatened to euthanize 30 beluga whales if the park does not receive emergency funds from Ottawa. Ontario Premier Doug Ford says the federal government should rethink its decision to deny Marineland's permits to move the whales to an aquarium in China. The government's concern is that the creatures may be subject to performing in captivity if moved to the aquarium in China, which is following a law passed in 2019. Ford says the federal government must find a solution instead of simply shutting down Marineland's only option going forward. The aquarium Marineland says it is quickly running out of money and needs immediate financial aid to feed and care for the whales. Unless funds are received, they said the whales will be euthanized. In Egypt, peace talks between Israel and Hamas has formed. The second day of indirect talks today takes place on the 2-year anniversary of Hamas' surprise attack on Israel, which initially triggered the war. Donald Trump is a main focus as they discussed his proposed plan to end the fighting. Hamas seeks promise that Israel will not continue the war after the rest of the hostages are released. While Israel demands that Hamas disarm, The militants have yet to accept these conditions. Thanks for listening. With BCIT News, I'm Bahar
Stay
Gary.
tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow. This is 1680 The Crow, and you're listening to our feature presentation.
I have the one and only.
Bing bang! If you see dogs, you'll find nothing beats a jet to holiday. And right now, you.
This is One More Scroll, how social media affects the different generations. I'm your host, Jenny Sung.
And I'm Clara Alonto. We're gonna dive into the world of doom scrolling in TikTok, the experience of different generations on this topic.
And is doom scrolling really that bad? Have you heard that TikTok audio, where it's like, Isabel Conklin doesn't want to eat a cupcake? Who are you? Have you watched this show before?
I haven't actually. That thing has just been suddenly one day. I just have that on my For You page.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
It just popped out of nowhere, and I think I sent it. Oh, I sent it to you.
Did you?
I sent it to you, and then it pops up more.
Oh, okay. The algorithm on TikTok is crazy because you didn't even watch the show.
No.
I'm
trying. I'm trying.
Do you spend a lot of time on TikTok?
I would say I used to.
Really? Not
used
anymore?
It's still, but not as much.
Oh, are you like an Instagram Reels user?
I am now.
Over TikTok?
Yes.
I feel like they're really similar though, because they're little funny short clips. I mean, they have longer clips now. For me at least, I don't know, when the YouTube videos used to be really long, I used to be able to sit through them and watch them, but now that I'm God forbid, addicted to TikTok, I feel like my attention span has gotten so bad. I get super impatient now and I can't sit through a long YouTube video.
Oh yeah. Low-key, I think me too.
Really?
I personally thought that I have higher attention span than people, but then lately I've been watching a minute video and I've been doing I fast forward.
Yeah, no, I can't sit through it anymore. I don't know, maybe that's a me problem. So I talked to a fellow Gen Zer, and his name's Sherwin, and he kind of said the exact same thing that we kind of just talked about not being able to sit through longer videos and stuff.
I physically just cannot. Why do you think there's a 2x time speed thing option on TikTok now? People are just losing their minds. They can't fully watch a video without needing it to be sped up in some way, or I just lose my patience quickly. So if I'm not entertained.
I actually have a friend that is also like that. She watched YouTube video and she has to watch it in 2x speed. So I think this is now a universal in a way, yeah, for our generation, Actually, Jenny, I have a quick question for you. Were your parents strict with internet when you were a kid?
Honestly, my mom was a little strict. You'd be surprised. She would take my phone away all the time when I would be on it too much. Do you remember DSs and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she would take away my DS all the time, and I wouldn't have any technology. She was pretty strict about it.
For me, growing up, I only have an hour time of iPad.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I have to share it with my sister.
Oh.
And I have to hey mom, can I use the iPad? And she's yeah, sure. And every weekend or something. So I don't know. Me personally though, I feel that create a good kid in a way.
Yeah.
We have a, what do you call that? Self-control. I know it, but yeah.
No, you're better than me though, because I don't have any self-control. I will spend hours and hours on TikTok and my social media. Even as a kid, never know when to stop.
What's your first social media?
Preferred social media?
Well, your first.
Oh, Twitter.
Twitter?
Yeah, I was
At
a little
young age?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have been on Twitter as a kid. But hey.
Wow. Mine was Facebook, and that was under parental guidance.
Really?
It was.
Oh my god, my mom did not know I had Twitter. She knew I had Twitter, but she did not know the stuff I posted on there.
Of course. I actually talked to one of a millennial, but she have a kid, the kid is like Gen Alpha, she talked to me about how she controls like her kids' screen time and stuff.
Okay, so my name is Erica, and I am part of the millennial generation. While I know it's a part of her generation, I'm not going to take it away from her, but I am going to teach her how to use it wisely. Because I feel like a lot of kids right now, they just get immersed in it, and they use it, they see it, it's a repetitive thing, their subconscious there's this pattern, they don't connect outside, so it's about having a balanced life, and that's what I'm teaching her, which is something I don't see in a lot of like younger generations right now.
It's crazy to me when I see like young kids who are like 6 or 7 and like they're like on social media or TikTok posting these videos of them getting like Sephora hauls and spending like $300 and like using like super expensive skincare, and I'm like, go outside, touch some grass, like build a sandcastle or something, I don't know, I think they're growing up so quickly because like they're watching all these girls on TikTok.
Yeah, actually, going back to the millennial Erica, she actually talked about that too.
No, you don't need it, and I want, at least from my end, like obviously she sees me putting makeup, and sometimes I'm like, can I put on some blush? Sorry, and I was like, yeah, take the brush. You can put a little bit of it. That's it.
These little girls at Sephora are unhinged. These children should not be going into Sephora getting retinol for their skincare routine.
I want to get the toner.
Why do you want toner?
Because it makes your skin glow.
But what is toner?
It's like you put it after your makeup.
Nope.
Oh.
Is social media really that bad, do you think?
Me personally, it does have a pros and cons, but unfortunately, I'm leaning on the cons.
Really?
Because like for someone who use it a lot, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen how like people use it negatively. So I would say it is pretty bad.
Oh.
I know some people would say it's also pretty good. I am also aware of like the pros of it, but then I will be leaning more on it's kind of bad.
To be fair, I like say it like I don't agree with you too, because it's like I take social media breaks all the time. Like I deactivate my Instagram and all that stuff. And so, I mean, I love social media personally. I'm a very big advocate for TikTok and Instagram, but I can see what you mean by like saying it can be cons too, because like I feel like the environment can get really toxic, and like you like sit there and you end up like comparing yourself and like getting fed all this negative energy and information. So I feel like it could be a little, but I don't know. I feel like I'm more pro TikTok, but also I hate it. But I love it. I don't know.
You have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, it's like a toxic relationship. Okay. Like it's a love-hate relationship, you know?
So we talked to a professor, a UBC psychology professor, Dr. Amori Mikami, about her take on social media.
We have done some work though also, and showing that some of the concerns about TikTok is that the content really is not vetted.
Okay, so this is why I said that it's like a cons. I think it was like 2020 TikTok where it was pretty bad that I realized that it does get to me too. In a way, like my thoughts and everything is being shaped into something that I don't even recognize myself, kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like 2020 TikTok for me was like peak TikTok. I don't know. I don't know if I can back you up.
Just know that you have control over this. So if you have the urge to pick up your phone and check social media, just ask yourself, why? Why do I want to do this? What do I want to do when I get on social media? Is this going to be good for my mental health? Is this the right time and place to be doing it? And, if the answer is yes, then get on and go do the thing that you wanted to do. Like maybe you really want to connect with a friend or a family member who lives far away, or you really want to share some news with somebody who you care about and who cares about you. So to me, those would be good reasons to get on.
It's a little different. Like it's harder to make connections on social media now, I feel. Like Dr. Mikami said, like it depends per person, I feel like. Like obviously some people find it more like with cons, but like for me, like I don't know, I like to scroll on there if I'm having a bad day or something. I'll just like end the day off like in bed, like bed rotting, as you would say, and just like rot away, and like it helps you forget about your problems. And like, yeah, like maybe like it kind of ties in with like what you said about like cons being like the environment is a little toxic, so maybe sometimes it makes it worse. But usually, you know, like I feel like it's a good way to unwind at the end of the day, but I guess it like really depends on everyone.
So I guess what I get from like talking to all these people is there is a good, and obviously like there's a good and bad for like social media. It's not entirely bad for sure, but then like for people who are like what do you call that? For people who are very in deep, we just have to know where our limit is.
Yeah, I agree.
For me, I have a 1 hour time limit for TikTok.
Do you actually?
I do have it.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
There are times where I kind of have to like pamper myself by you know, pushing the ignore this today button, but that have been working so far for me. TikTok wise, Instagram Reels, however, I will still work on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's super important that parents are looking over their kids' like screen times and stuff, especially when they're younger, because I feel like if we're a little older, like how old we are, like we can like kind of like self-control ourselves, and like we can put those limitations if we feel like we need them. But as a kid, I feel like it's super important that their activity on social media gets monitored.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're just growing up too fast, and I feel like they should be kids, you know?
Yeah. This was One More Scroll. I'm Clara Alonto.
And I'm Jenny Sung, and thanks for listening.